If you are looking for a home or thinking about moving in the future, it is very important, of course, to have the right people with your best interests at heart in your corner.
Definitely, and for so many reasons, really, but especially because buying a home is a big purchase. It can be stressful and it can be complicated. Bay Equity says it will be there one-on-one to help you through the process. Welcome to the show, really back to the show, Regional Director of Reverse Mortgage, Glen and Reverse Mortgage Specialist, Robin Loomis. Thanks to both of you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
It is really such an important piece of the puzzle is to have you there walking them through, guiding them, because it doesn't matter really what age you are or how many houses that you have bought. I think this is something that you need to have an expert in helping you with, and you're able to sit down with them one-on-one. What do you typically see when somebody comes in?
Gosh, I've seen the whole gamut. We've seen the senior who is desperate to be able to make ends meet and going to lose their home. I mean, so we've seen those extremes to the people who are using it for more luxury reasons, buying a second home or taking a vacation, paying off debts. I mean, so it's got to be customized to what our borrowers are needing, and that's what I love to do, is sit with them, talk with them, make sure it's a good fit,
right, and
then explaining the whole program, making sure they understand it well.
Yeah, sort of grasping their real life situation, and it can be life-changing. Right?
Oh, I get so many thank you cards. I've gotten roses and cookies and a beautiful handmade cross recently, and it's all the thank yous because you changed my life, and that's where it touches your heart, and you just you want to take care of them.
To what you do.
Yeah. Definitely. And so reverse mortgage is really what enables this. So Glenn, talk about what a reverse mortgage is for people who may not know.
Right. There are government and non-government reverse mortgages. Primarily in Arizona, it's the government reverse mortgage that we do, about 99% of them. And that's a loan program that's backed by the federal government. It's one that allows us to free up equity in the house. So we use the age of the youngest person and the value of the home to determine how much money people can get. And the first thing we do is pay off their existing loan, and then with the additional monies that are available, it can be paid out either as a guaranteed income for life or a higher amount for a specific time or a line of credit.
And there have been some changes when it comes to reverse mortgages, is that right? Can you tell people about those?
Sure. So the government is always trying to make sure that the program balances, so it's around to help a number of seniors. They've made changes to the calculations that we use to derive how much money people can get. But there are also every week changes that happen. So if somebody's explored a reverse mortgage in the past, I highly encourage them to just update the conversation and make sure they know what's available today.
Well, because of all those changes, it's good to have experts on your side, people who've been doing this a long time, know the ins and outs of the program. And of course, one of the benefits I can imagine is peace of mind, right? What are some other benefits you see for seniors?
It really depends upon their need. So again, we've seen it from A to Z to be able to see what they can do. Yeah. A client I'm about to go see, really needs this program. And then we've had some other clients that are using it for investment purposes. So it's going to depend upon their needs, but gosh, again, paying off the credit card debts or buying a second home, because we talked in the beginning about using it to purchase a house. Right. A lot of people don't realize you can do that. Instead of bringing in all the cash to close on a house, which so many of our seniors will do because they don't want a mortgage payment, or maybe it's a little tougher to qualify for one, we're able to say, only bring in about half of the money instead, get a reverse mortgage, never have to make a monthly mortgage payment against it, always retain the ownership, and get to keep your house.
So what do you have to do to qualify?
Well, we're going to, as I said, use the age of the younger person and the value. Okay. At some point, we'll have the home appraised. But for us, it's about education. So both Robin and I are certified reverse mortgage professionals. There are just over 100 people nationwide that have that. So for us, it's about education. Our first meeting, you don't bring a pen. We share information. And then if you have an interest, if it's a right fit, we'll go through the disclosures, the counseling processes, the appraisal. We'll walk you step by step through that.
Step by step, and from beginning to end, I mean, of course, it varies by situation, but how long can someone expect that this process takes?
Gosh, we just had one. We closed in 19 days. I mean, so, I mean, it can be very, very quick. Yeah. And of course, if it's a more complicated situation, just like with any type of financing, it can take a little bit longer, but we have such an experienced team. I've been doing these loans now for 19 years. It's the only loan I've touched for 19 years. And Glen is just, I think, a year longer than me. So we've got the experience behind us. Our team has been doing it for many, many years. So we know what's coming, and we know how to be able to look at that and say, say, oh gosh, I see that, let's tackle it this way to make sure it's smooth for our senior.
And so that's, I would imagine, something that sets you apart, some Bay Equity apart from some of the other companies. What else would you say sets you apart?
We understand the dynamic of the program. So often people think the reverse mortgage is just for that person who's having a cash flow issue, that person who's poor. Last year we helped more than one customer that had millions of dollars in the bank. One gentleman had $10 million.
Whoa.
And he wanted to use it for financial planning and something called sequence of returns risk to offset his investments. So we understand the high-end side of that as well, and we can help all clients with it.
Well, everyone has their own situation. You meet them where they are, and that's the best part of this program too, is there's no pressure, and you guys really help them optimize their situation for what they need. So thanks for doing this, and thanks for being here. Nice
Thanks
to see
for sharing
It's our
everything
pleasure.
this morning.
Thanks so much.
And if you would like to learn more from the experts at Bay Equity Home Loans, you can give them a call at 520-440-4387 or simply visit them at smartteamhomeloans.com.